Woo-hoo.
What's good, everybody? It's Donnie B. Got the Beats. We live on the latest edition of The Beat. Look, I ain't gonna do no shucking the job. We just gonna get straight to this because tonight's guest, this is my homegirl, yo. Like, she's hilarious and just such a ball to be around. But we gonna get straight to the glorious intro, y'all. Let's go.
Okay,
So
let me
y'all know
post
I
this.
try to bring top flight talent. I try to bring it, the talented, humbling, dope individuals every time I give you an episode. This young lady, man, I met her at work. Obviously for certain reasons I can't really divulge the name. I could, but I'm not going to do that anyway. But at the label, I'm gonna just say at the label, uh it was definitely great to share energy with her, and she just got a plethora of talents. She's an abundant joy to be around, definitely a hard worker, and just somebody that just keeps their head down, and it just makes waves, man, and I love that about her. She let me bring up the credentials because I got to say this correctly for she's the international recording artist, music producer, singer, songwriter, rapper, DEVMO. What's going on, DEVMO?
Woo. Hey, Donnie B. Donnie B.
You gave him the government name and everything.
Well, that's how I know you. I don't know who Donnie B is, but I guess you're Donnie B, huh?
Man, tonight I'm gonna be.
Thank you for having me. It's awesome to be here. I came from hell, which is why I have my flames with me.
That's deep.
Hmm.
Right after the glorious intro too. So the heavenly music comes down with the inferno flames. There you go. I love what you did. How you doing? It's been a second.
I know. I'm doing really good. It's nice to not work where we worked before and to now be concentrating full time on music. So, yeah, it's been cool.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, I know you got a lot of stuff going on because you had a lot of stuff going on while you was working with us. So we're gonna get to that in a second, but we might as well get straight to this because I know you got things to do, and I definitely want to give you back your evening. So first run of show question is, who is DevMo?
DevMo is me. Hi. That's the short answer. The long answer is DevMo is Devin Moses. That's my full name. And I was given that name when I was in high school. My sister had a boyfriend when she was in college, and he used to be like, "Hey, DevMo," and he made it up. And I don't know, it kind of stuck. People started calling me DevMo, and then I was like, well, if I'm gonna rap, that has to be the name. It just kind of sounds like a rapper name. So yeah, DevMo kind of just stuck. It's nice and easy. It's just like an abbreviated version of my full name. So I'm DevMo. What's up?
But as I told you before, I'm still partial to Devin Moses. That's a cold rap name right there. Like,
Thank you. I know. Maybe I should just put out some stuff. I can. That's the thing about me as an artist because I do a lot of music for sync. So we're constantly looking for like pseudonames for different like albums and projects. So I could very easily put out some music under Devin Moses. I just haven't yet, but be on the lookout. You never know.
I'm gonna keep these eyes peeled for sure. So next question, Dev, is and first of all, let me start by saying too, make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow DevMo on all social media. We're gonna put this up right now. She's on Instagram, she's on Facebook. Well, she's not on Facebook, sorry, y'all. She's on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, the whole nine. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow Devin, or excuse me, DevMo.
My government. Just kidding.
Government, right, man? Today we snitching. But make sure you like and subscribe. Hey, if you're checking out live, make sure you comment in the section. Reach out to the DEVMO and let her know you here. Let her know what you think and how you feel. You know what I mean? And we gonna make sure that gets relayed back to her for sure. Now, DEVMO, we get right back to it. Next question is, growing up in, why don't you tell everybody out there where you grew up? What was it like for you growing up there, and what kind of hurdles did you overcome to become the success that you are today?
Growing up, such a loaded question.
Mm.
First of all, I don't think I've grown all the way up yet, so I'm still growing up. Um, but no, when I was a kid, I was born in Los Angeles, and we moved to Chicago when I was 3. So I don't remember the LA years when I was a baby. But um, we lived for a couple years on the south side of Chicago, and then the majority of time after that, we lived in the north suburbs, a north suburb called Deerfield, Illinois. So we lived there for like, I don't know, I can't do the math, maybe 8 years, maybe 7. And then when I was 14, we moved back to California, and I went to Santa Monica High School. And my childhood for sure has shaped me in multiple ways. I would say that, my parents broke up, and then my family, my mom and I decided to move to LA, and then my dad followed. So moving to LA was huge in setting me in the direction that I'm in now, because when I was in high school, rap music was like massive in Los Angeles. So, people would show me like the classics, and it wasn't like, it was Tupac really. Like the first time somebody showed me Tupac, I was like, I think I want to rap. Like, I'm obsessed with this guy. Like, this guy's unbelievable. And it was like the first rapper I'd ever heard who wasn't really talking down on women, which was huge for me. I think at the time, it's just so nice to have somebody who was like on our team. So I loved Tupac so much. I still do. But yeah, I think he's the reason why I started rapping. And I would be on my little computer, and GarageBand had just come out. So I started making little beats on GarageBand and writing little raps to it. And my mom came home, and this was during a summer during high school. And my mom came home, and I was like, want to hear this little thing I made? And I played it for her. And she started crying and was like, this is amazing. Like, this is what you're meant to do. And I was like, really? I was just kind of having fun. And she's like, no, like, this is your thing. Like, you should do this. And I was like, wow, okay. So that's kind of what started the trajectory of making music. And I want to say the rest is history, but the rest was like a really long, tough journey. But that's the childhood in a really, really tight nutshell. Yeah.
That's awesome. You covered a lot of ground there too. But it's also, I got to ask an off script question. Like, with that being said, what's your favorite Tupac song?
Dear Mama's up there. I don't know. I feel like Dear Mama's the one. What's the one that's like, take these broken wings till the end of time? That one I fucking love. But I just feel like Dear Mama was really beautiful. I don't know. It's like, for me, what I love about Tupac so much is how he talks about women. So I think that one like really showcases that beautifully,
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mine was always Me Against the World. That was always my all time.
Love that. Yeah.
Close second was I Get Around, obviously.
Yeah.
I was more
I'm like, very you. No, I'm just kidding.
I get
No, yeah, we like all that. Like, of course, that's a great song, and that's kind of how most rap is. But that's why I think, my favorite Kanye song is probably the "Hey Mama." I like just love when dudes are like, I don't know, if a guy that loves their mom, they're probably gonna be good to women. You got to think about that, And I don't know. I don't know why I like that. I just like guys that are like good to women, because there's a lot of rappers out here that, obviously they just call women bitches and hoes and stuff. And You know, it's like so normal now. It's so crazy. Okay, I'll say one thing. Like growing up listening to rap music
Mhm.
as a young girl, it really shapes how you view yourself because you listen to all these guys call women all the, derogatory names in the book, and then you think like, "Oh, that must be what I am. I must be a bitch, and I must be this, and I must be that." Like, that's what you genuinely think because you're like, "I guess that's normal because everyone says it," you know? But
Mhm.
that's why having somebody like Tupac, it's almost like my hero because he's a guy that doesn't, I mean, yeah, here and there, but it's like mostly his music is very like women empowering, you know?
Right.
I have to plug my laptop in on that note. So you ask the next question while I do that.
No worries. You covered this. You actually covered the next two questions. What are or were your biggest obstacles in establishing yourself in the industry? I mean, obviously, I know you still got a lot more left in this race. Uh,
Mhm.
by no means are you down and out yet, and I don't think you'll be there for years. Your trajectory is that high to me. But what what do you feel were your are or were your biggest obstacles while establishing yourself?
It's a good question. What is my biggest obstacles? I feel like I'm my biggest obstacles, if I'm being honest. Um, I think like everyone is their own biggest obstacle, to be fair. But in
Mm,
my case specifically, my biggest obstacle is definitely me because I mean, I think when I go on like TikTok, for instance, and I see other, female rappers who have tons of followers and they're putting up a video a day or even a few videos a week, I just think that would literally be me if I just actually made multiple videos a week and put them out. But I'm my own worst enemy. I mean, it's keeping up with it. It's just keeping up. Maybe it's the consistency. I think I just have mood swings kind of, and so I'm not like a person that every week is the same. Like every week's going to be very different for me. Every day is going to be very different for me. So I think I just need a little bit more discipline. I've gotten much better at it throughout the years and I can write songs like no other, but when it comes to creating content and just like being my own boss and like holding myself accountable, like I'm definitely my biggest obstacle. But no more. It stops here. Check out my TikTok next week and you're going to see I'm going to have like 3 videos and you're going to be like, "Look, you did it. You're not your biggest obstacle anymore." And I'm going to be like, "Gang."
gang, gang. I got I gotta ask the question. This is another Oscar question based off of your like you said the trajectory and what got you started because everything that you said is primary has been primarily hip hop based, right?
Yeah.
And being that we spent time at the chili cook off, we had the kids rap session and so forth and so on. I was just amazed because I'm an actual rapper, but I'm not a freestyler. I've never been one. But that's something that you're very, very naturally gifted at, and you're actually really, really good at it. So,
Wow.
with that being said, I want to ask the question because, and I'm not sure if you ever get this question. I'm assuming that you do. Being that considering in I don't know, just in plain sight, one could potentially consider you like a double minority in the rap game. I
Okay.
want I want you to tell people what that's like, and do you even see that as fact or true
Mm.
or anything?
Mhm. Well, first of all, thank you for saying I'm a good freestyler. I like totally don't consider myself a good freestyler because I never do it. But that was super fun freestyling at the Malibu Chili Cook-Off. That was a blast. Um, so double minority in the rap game, that's like really hard to actually like take on that label because I feel that it's honestly like this probably sounds terrible, but it's like a blessing because of the way that I look and I'm rapping, people are gonna listen because they're like, "Can this girl rap?" They're so interested in if I can and what I'll sound like that
Mhm.
I automatically have an audience. So, yes, I guess I for sure am like the minority when it comes to rap, but it also just it feels like more of an advantage than anything, to be honest, because there's just not a lot of us, and the ones that are good get a lot of attention and people like it's just easier. I think that if I was like a black guy rapping, I wouldn't have nearly as much attention as I have, because I would probably just be one of like whatever, like thousands, hundreds of thousands that are good. But I'm one of like, I don't know, hundreds that are good, So I don't know. Is that a okay answer?
Oh, it's a great answer. It's a great answer. This is about you and what your thought is. So there's
Right.
no answer. You know what I mean? Because obviously I can't speak on that.
Right.
One of the thousands or millions of black men that rap. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can speak on that.
I mean,
But
when you hear a black guy like singing country music, I'm gonna be honest, I stop and pause and like I'm watching that. I'm like, okay, I need to hear this guy, because it's so interesting, because it's just so not the norm.
right,
So it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, when there's a car crash and you can't look away, it's just like you can't look away. Like if a white girl's rapping and she's good, it's kind of dope. If there's like, some black guy or girl doing country music, it's kind of dope. It's just different. You're like, wow, that guy killed it. So I think it's like cool to be different. So I love it. It's kind of fun for me. I like to shock people.
yeah. You definitely you definitely can for sure. You got the skill set to be able to do it. Um, Back to the runner show. I want to ask you who and or what were your inspirations?
Okay, well, Tupac. But who and or what were my inspirations? I liked Tech Nine a lot growing up.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I always was really into like fast rhyming, like Busta Rhymes, super dope. Fast rap was so satisfying to me, like how you could fit like all these different syllables in a little phrase. I mean, of course, there's like Eminem, but I love Eminem for the mathematics behind his rap, but I cannot stand how misogynistic he is. It's like really difficult for me to listen. When it comes to like swag and the cool factor, I'm like obsessed with Ludacris, and I feel like he's somebody that like people don't give enough credit to. But Ludacris had like the fun. He like brought fun to rap. And of course there's like Snoop Dogg, who's just cool. He just like oozes cool. I don't know, there's so many. I loved Kid Cudi growing up, because Kid Cudi's different, and he had like give a voice to like the loners and like the nerds and the kids that were different growing up. So I loved that. Love Snow the Product. She's
Also,
like this Mexican rapper from LA, and she's unbelievably talented. I loved Angel Hayes a lot. She's sick with it. I mean, when it comes to rap music, but I love pop music. I'm like obsessed with pop music as well. So tons of different pop artists growing up. I mean, I had a cassette when I was a kid of Spice Girls, and like that was my first cassette I ever had. And my first CD was Britney. And like as basic as that is, I was obsessed with their music. So I love pop. I've always loved pop. Rap and pop are like my two favorite, for sure.
okay. Again, you do both
Hmm.
considerably well, so I
Thank you.
totally understand. You
Yeah.
know, um, I know this is considered taboo in the entertainment industry because not you kind of not really well received if you name drop. But I always like to ask the questions just so people can get to understand and just how deep the rabbit hole goes with what you put, the work that you do and how engaged with things you are. So, could you name possibly some notable people that you work with along the way in your journey?
I don't know if I've worked with like that many like notable people.
They don't even have to be celebrities. It could just be anybody that you called out. That you called.
Oh God, I've worked with like some incredible producers, I'd say. Like Stefan Litt, he's gotten me in the sync industry, and like thanks to him, like music, I can actually make money off of music. It's not like it's fun, but it's also a job, which is amazing. So shout out to Stefan. Um I've worked with so many people. Ellis Mia, he has made music for BTS and RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race. Who else? I mean, those are two like major people, but there's like it's been so many people on my way to where I'm at who have like helped me or guided me or we've made art together, and it's like pretty much everyone has played like a big role in my life. But I don't think I've worked with anyone huge. I've opened for Snow the Product a couple times. I opened for Angel Hayes like a handful of times. So those girls are dope because you know, I looked up to them and then I got to open for them. So that was really cool. But yeah, I haven't had like a lot of opportunities with a lot of big artists yet, but that's to come.
It definitely is coming. You
Yeah.
heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, for sure. In your time, I gotta ask, what would you say is one big myth that you've discovered about the entertainment industry?
A myth?
Yeah.
What is a myth about the entertainment industry?
Yeah. A lot of people have these certain so like the one that I hear a lot is, oh, well, you're gonna go to the studio, you're gonna be at the studio at midnight or late in the middle of the night, and you're gonna be doing is sleeping with chicks, you know, and
Oh.
these are the kinds of things I'm talking about, where it's just people
Yeah.
have thought processes that immediately they think this about the entertainment industry. But
Well, okay, I have two. One, people think touring is fun. Touring is not fun. Touring is difficult. It's
are
not
they?
that it's not fun, but it's so it's like it's exhausting.
Yeah.
You wake up at the crack of dawn, drive for hours, get to a venue, set everything up, get cute, do your show, stay till the very end, trying to sell as much merch as possible, get to a hotel, sleep for a few hours, wake up at the crack of dawn, and do it all over again. And chances are, if you're like me, you're drunk. So I'm like hungover every day. And yeah, I'll say touring takes a toll on your body. And it like, the shows make it worth it because the shows are fun and talking to people is fun and meeting new artists is fun and connecting with fans, that's fun. But the actual like everything else is difficult and so trying, and you miss home every day and it's really tough. Like I did one tour in 2018. It was a 36 city tour and it opened for Kosha Dills. He's actually now on Wild and Out, which is cool. But yeah, that was a lot. And the other myth I would say, I don't even know if this is a myth, but like it's something I've learned in the music industry, which was I always thought that there was like little ways of kind of like cutting corners or getting places faster, like, oh, maybe I can, like this one time somebody, oh my God, I'm sorry, my nose is like itching so bad. This one time somebody reached out. It was a friend of a friend, and they were saying, hey, like we like if you pay us, we do target marketing, so we'll target market your Instagram to fans of other artists that sound like you. Just give us a list and you pay this much. Oh, great, cool. Well, now half my Instagram followers are fake accounts. I thought they were actually targeting real fans and they weren't. So little things where it's like, if I could go back, I wouldn't do stuff like that because I know now there's no such thing as cutting corners.
Right.
Like you work your ass off, you get to a point where you're really good. And if you're lucky, like people will see it and you start building a fan base and a repertoire and, show up to everything on time and put 100% effort into it. And like, you'll go places. And I think even the kids that were like groomed for this, like even if they were groomed for this or they have a connection, you can bet your ass they went to school for it for like 10 years before they got popping. It's just, you work hard at this industry just like any other industry before you see a dime, and you work for so long. Sometimes it's so like discouraging because you feel like, oh wow, I've been working at this for 10 years and nothing's happening. But it might just be that 11th year that you like end up making money and getting popping. You don't know. So I think half the battle of like being successful in the music industry is just being extremely persistent and never stopping, never quitting, no matter what. So yeah, I guess the myth is that you can cut corners and get to the top easily. That's a myth. You have to work hard like everybody else. You might have more connections if you're like someone famous's kid, but if you don't have that skill set from working at it for 10 years, it doesn't matter. If your music sucks, your music sucks, so
Those are very wise answers. I mean, I gotta say, I mean, little known fact, I mean, I've been doing music since '92.
wow.
Yeah.
My whole life.
Yeah. Well, Sorry. You know, thanks.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, but you know, like you said, it really is one of those things. I have not experienced, nor have I known anybody that has experienced overnight success.
Yeah.
Overnight celebrity just doesn't really happen, at least in the entertainment space. You know, like people go viral now for doing the most ludicrous, asinine things now. So
Mhm.
there's that. But as far as actual talent and cultivating and curating, you know, the growth of your brand, yeah, it's no overnight success. It just
Right.
doesn't exist, you know. So I get it. I want to ask the next question, and then we're going to take a little break for a second. What are your current aspirations, current projects? What you currently working on that you'd like to share with people out there?
Doing a lot of sync music at the moment, but I'm also working on a 5-track EP that I'll be dropping in 2023. I'm really excited about it. I've been working on these songs for a while, and I've produced a few of them. Excuse me. So I just feel like my sound just keeps getting better and better and more elevated, and not just more modern, but just more. I know every artist says that, but this is the most me of any project I've ever made. You know what I mean? But it really is. It just, at least it's me right now where it just feels right and it feels different. And I think that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I just want to do something a little bit different and fun and addictive. So I got some new stuff coming out and I'm excited.
Good.
The aspiration is a Grammy. That's happening.
Oh, I love the way you put your words together. Yeah, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. So what she do? Like, yeah, remember that one time she was on the beach? She said that, yeah.
Hey.
So again, thank you for the first half of the interview. I definitely appreciate all your answers. All your answers were amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
We're gonna go to the exclusive feature. I actually have your music video. I know you like it, so we're gonna play that so that people can check that out. And any words before we go and play that?
I know you'll like it. That's it.
That being said, here's DEVMO's I Know You Like It. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out.
We can make it sound glorious. Locked down in the dungeon, luxurious. Got the Stockholm dark euphoria. Theatrical, but we don't need an audience. No, no. I kinda like it when your eyes go black. Was you praying? You attacked. I ain't never seen something quite like that. Blindfold, hands tied up behind my back. Why you gotta lie and we always fight? I know you like it. Things come out in the middle of the night. I know you like it. It's toxic, but we love it. In the night. Love when you fuck with my mind. I know you like it. We like it dangerous. Swing that whip and hit like it was made for us. Bite marks on my body leave a scar. We've gone so far away from what created us. So I kinda like it when your eyes go black. Was you praying? You attacked. I ain't never seen nothing quite like that. Rifle hands tied up behind my back. Why you gotta lie and we always fight? I know you like it. Things come out in the middle of the night. I know you like it. It's toxic, but we love it. In the night. Love when you fuck with my mind. I know you like it. I never felt worse, I never felt better. Same time, blessing or curse, the devil or angel. You're mine, got me in tears, locked up in chains. It's twisted as hell, but I wanna stay. Why you gotta hide it when you always find it? I know you like it. Flames come out in the middle of the night. I know you like it. It's toxic, but we love it. In the night, love when you fuck with my mind. I know you like it.
Yes, sir. I know you like it by DEVMO.
That is a fantastic song. Whoever wrote that is an absolute genius.
Hey, man, I would say the same thing, man. I was just like, I mean, I got to have that person on the show. I don't know. Yeah, interestingly enough, when I first saw it, I was like, holy shit, that is awesome. Like, just understanding the technical nature of all of the things that you have to do in order to get that done.
Right.
Audibly as well as visually.
Oh yeah.
A lot of things and components and putting something like that together. So share with us a little bit about how that all came together, what your thoughts on it, what's it like looking back at it now? Because I mean, you're head first into other projects, but I know you gotta like it going, looking back at it.
I love it. It just shows all of the work that we put into it. Me and a team of, I'd say 3 people mainly. Well, wait. 5 people. 5 people. We worked on this for 4 months where we like bi-weekly had meetings. Bi-weekly. Does that mean twice a week?
Yeah.
Twice a week we had meetings. That means every other week, right? Yeah, so not bi-weekly, but twice a week we had meetings where we would all be Zooming and talk about the details and plan and update each other on what we were doing. I mean, we worked really hard on that for a long time, and we filmed that in one day, 8 hours, and then we edited it for 4 more months. So 4 months of pre-planning, 1 day of shooting, 4 months of editing, and a lot of money, time, attention, creativity, like a lot went into making it what it is. And I couldn't be more proud of it. I love all my videos, but that one, I put the most effort into it. And I just kind of, everything in the last year is just elevated. It's just, I refuse to put out a song that I don't think is like super professional. I refuse to put out a video that's not super professional. I refuse to put out cover art that's not super professional. Everything needs to be top notch. I just don't want to half-ass anything. And I'd rather put out like 1 song and be really proud of it in a year than put out 12 to satisfy the algorithm and they're all like, okay. So that's kind of just where I'm at, like I know what I'm supposed to do, but I just do what I want to do.
That's some Lennon level logic right there for sure.
Fire in the water.
Fire in the water. With regard to the project overall, I know a lot of people, and this goes back to what you said earlier with regard to myths, right? And a lot of people don't understand budget. They don't understand, well, what's the budget? Okay, what you actually have to do in order to compose something like that. Like you said, 1 day of shooting, but like 4 months of post. When things is in post, there's Foley, there's there's all types of stuff that are involved in that. Especially when you're doing animation and effects. So to that point, what would be your advice to be to aspiring artists that are trying to do a music video? And because it's a lot of people who are like, oh well, such and such charges $750 for a music video, and then they go run and do it and then go put it out. But obviously you put some time.
I think if you're like starting out, it's okay to do things like the cheap way, because you kind of just want to get your music out there and like you want to have some visuals and like just do it. Like you can do it the cheap way and make like a halfway decent video. But and this, I think, for like what it looks like, I mean, I'll just say it. I spent $7,000 on this. And at the time, that was like my entire savings. And I spent all of my money on it. I was like, I'm just going for it. And you know, I think like when I watch it, it looks to me like it was worth 50. So it feels like, and it kind of was, if you consider all the time we put into it.
Yeah.
If you like accounted all like the money that the time would be, then yeah, like it probably was a $50,000 video, but it was just a ton of planning. And I think you can get a really high quality video with just a lot of planning and a lot of hungry people. And that was what was so cool about it, is like the videographer reached out to me, and he had a different job at the time, but he was like, me and my partner are trying to get like to where our video business is our main business. And they're like, we love your music. We think we can like make you an amazing video. We'll do it for super cheap. And we want to work with you just to like have more great videos to show, to get more business. So he was hungry. The girl that helped me like create the whole storyline, like basically she like directed it, she was hungry because she's in a business partner with somebody and they do creative directing, but she wanted to try and do it by herself. The makeup artist was a newer makeup artist. The hairstylist was a newer hairstylist. The actual like designer who like styled all my clothing, he wanted to branch out and do his own business. So everybody was kind of like, this is their opportunity to show off their skill set as well. So we were all, and then of course I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, I'm hungry to like have an amazing professional video. So I think because we were all so eager to like show everybody what we had, it became a really great video. Because nobody was just in it just because it was like, oh, he's already an amazing stylist, here's all the money. I'm sure that would have been great too. But instead, he's kind of an up and coming stylist and was hungry and wants to prove himself. So, you know, he went that extra mile. And I kind of feel like you can find people like that, you know, in different like film schools or fashion schools or like even like recording schools or whatever. You can find kids that are so hungry and so talented, and not like as an excuse to pay little, but just as an excuse to have a ton of people around you who are all like in it for the creative aspects of it, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. I think like, especially if you're a new artist, it's so easy to find other hungry people around you, you know?
Well, I say shout out to you, shout out to the whole team. It was an amazing video. And I love the song. I actually got it on iTunes and everything.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, support. DotnieB supports the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that.
So, but definitely kudos to you and the team for that. Really quick, we're going to go to a quick game segment. A segment that is called Hot Topics. You ready to go for that?
Oh yeah, I love games.
All right. Well, it's not really games, like you don't win anything, but it's something different.
Okay.
So
I still like games. I don't need to win. I just want to play.
Indeed. Well, stay tuned. Check this out. So, DEVMO, we have Hot Topics, and Hot Topics is my favorite segment of the show. In Hot Topics, these are, I'm going to ask you a series of questions that are designed for the viewers to get to know who you are through these random-based questions that I'm asking you. Keep it light, keep it fun.
Okay.
And, you know, if you want to skip, feel free to say skip.
I chose a good background for this. Let's go.
Yes, you did. 3 things you didn't know. What's 3 things that the world does not know about DEVMO, or 3 things that you would like to clarify to the world, because people just keep getting it wrong and they need to put some respect on DEVMO's name?
Okay, first one. My name is spelled DEVMO in all caps, you know, and that's important because nobody gets that right, and it's frustrating. Second thing, I'm not really a redhead. I was born blonde, but I dyed my hair red when my grandma died because she was a redhead, and I realized, wow, this looks better on me than anything else. The third thing, I'm Jewish and Irish. I'm Jirish, and I think that's a really cool combination.
Okay. And then toss it up too at the same time. And that's what's up. Next question. They ain't got no war for that. What is the most outlandish thing that you have seen in pop culture recently that you like to shout out, or something that is the most amazing piece of philanthropy that you like to call attention to? They ain't got no war for that, but they should. I'll give you an example of something. They ain't got no war for that. That's like Little Nas X with the baby bump.
Yeah, I love Lil Nas. I'm gonna go see him next Wednesday. I'm so excited.
There it is.
Okay. There's a lot of crazy things happening in the world right now. It's like too much. I mean, obviously there's Kanye, but there's just certain things you don't want to comment on because I mean, that I think everything that Kanye is doing is very much this category. And like that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get too into it, but he's a lot. That being said, I used to love his music.
I think everybody loves his music. Like you said, it's just what comes after the music. It's like, all right, you can keep
He's
that.
doing too much. Like I said, I'm half Jewish. Calm down, sir, please. That's it.
With that being said, I totally understand where you come from.
Right.
Next question is what they say. Where are you from? What is some jargon that people say, some slang words or something that if people are in your hood, it means this, and they know that they're in your hood?
Oh man. Well, I grew up in Santa Monica and like Chicago, but Santa Monica, whether you know it or not, like we have our own slang. People would say, well, I feel like people say bent everywhere, right? Like, oh, I'm bent. That means they're like fucked up. Oh, am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah, totally fine.
You know what people would say also? There's just a lot of words for fucked up, honestly. People would say I'm hurt up. That means they're like drunk. Isn't that kind of like random? Also, I remember people used to say, oh, like that's crucial. And that would mean that would mean that was like cool. People are like, oh, that's crucial. And when you think about it, the word crucial means like, well, like let me Google it. Hold on. Because I know these are supposed to be quick answers, but like okay, crucial. Decisive or critical, especially in the success or failure of something. Like that has nothing to do with something being cool. But people are like, oh, like that's crucial, like crucial parking skills or like crucial. Like, is that like the most surfer shit you've ever heard? That's crucial, dude.
Because being from DC, we say crucial too, but crucial is exactly that. It's like it's critical, like it's uber important. Like, yo, it's crucial, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, we ain't say bro. I got bro when I came out here, but
right. No, crucial here was like cool. Like, oh, that's crucial. I don't know. It was like that makes no sense. It's definitely words like that. These days, I don't know. Like that was all like high school lingo, but these days, you know, people are all on that like say less, and I don't know. I don't really know what the lingo is anymore.
I don't either. If you don't know, I don't know for sure.
I know some of it, but it's like I feel embarrassed to say it at this point. I'm like, I'm not gonna say like I think the no cap thing is over. I'm not really sure, but Santa Monica, it's all like surfer lingo, and yeah, I remember bent and crucial and hurt up, and like I still say tight. I feel like tight isn't like a cool word anymore, but I'm like, oh, that's tight. And like I had this manager for a while and he'd always say tight. I'm like, nobody says tight anymore. But also you make me want to say it because the way you say it is so cool. So like then I just started saying it again and I'm like, I don't really care if anybody likes it. Like I love it. The word tight is like always gonna be my thing.
I'll tell you. Well, yeah. my word is unfortunate.
Oh God, that's such a sad word.
Not really if you think about it. Unfortunately. It's like if somebody say, okay, you know what? Well, there's a ton of cookies in there and I can't eat them all. That's unfortunate. Like, you know what I mean?
You're saying unfortunate?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, or if it's like, hey, man, like, oh, I'm a Cowboys fan. Oh, that's unfortunate.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's I
would say sucks to suck, you know?
Sucks to suck. I like it.
America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like my friend would kill me if I didn't say that at this moment. So here we are.
Well, everybody's on the Cooper Rush movement. So, you know, I digress. It's unfortunate. Anyway, 2 more questions and hot topics. Netflix, what's on your visual playlist? What are you watching on TV? It could be a movie, it could be a documentary, it could be anything visually that you watching and that you like to call out.
Well, the brand new American Horror Story, the first episode just dropped, and I haven't watched it yet, but I fully plan on watching it very soon. I'm really sadly into all of the what's that guy Jeffrey Dahmer stuff.
Yeah, the Dahmer thing is crazy.
Yeah, I just, it's that time of year. We just want to watch some scary shit. I watched Hocus Pocus 2. The witches are unbelievable actresses. Like, they've just gotten better and better, but the storyline wasn't my favorite. But yeah, anything Halloween right now, I'm watching it,
Okay, you're weaning it.
I love The Purge too, by the way. It's one of my favorite series ever.
The show or the movies?
Both.
Okay.
Anything Purge.
Okay.
It's like my dream to be in The Purge. Like, not the real Purge, but like to be in the movies.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because I'd be like,
I don't want that to be real, but it would be my dream to be like an evil character in The Purge.
I can see that.
I feel like I would kill it. And I don't know, like, of all the movies, I'm like, I want to be in that. I don't know why. It's like messed up. I know.
We're calling that out right now. We're going to get you with that.
Yeah, it's DEVMO on The Purge. Hell yeah.
Indeed. Last question, is my playlist popping? What's on your audio playlist that you're listening to that you like to call out? Favorite artists, the new songs, anything of that particular?
Okay, well, always Megan Thee Stallion, so I'll just start with that. But this is a question from my phone. Stay there now.
All right.
Okay. I really like this remix. Okay, first of all, that Billie Eilish song, it's not her song, but it's called Billie Eilish by Armani White. That's like popping on TikTok right now. It's like, hey, I love how I just literally play it for you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm listening to a lot of I don't know. Everything's different. The new Maggie Lindemann album's pretty good. It's like pop punk, which I'm kind of into right now. That Unholy song by Sam Smith and Kim Petras hits for me. I really like Doechii, Doechii. She's a female rapper who just fires. Yeah, I'm gonna go see Lil Nas X next Wednesday. I'm so excited. I love him so much. I bought tickets because I was like, I love his videos. I think his videos are insane. He basically takes like the most masculine scenarios in life and he turns them super gay. And I love him for that, just like fucking with everyone's emotions. And so I knew that I feel like his live shows will be just like the videos. And I cannot wait. I feel like it's just going to be such a production. So I'm here for this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also right now listening to a lot of old hip hop. Like, I love listening to like 90s and early 2000s hip hop right now.
That was the best. Well, the 80s, but the next best is the 90s, obviously.
Yeah. I think the 90s is better than the 80s personally, just because I feel like the rap flow got developed further.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit more nursery rhyme vibes in the 80s, and the 90s took it from nursery rhyme to rap. And then the 2000s just did too much, but sometimes it is fire, sometimes it wasn't. And now it's just I don't know, man. A lot of rap these days, I wouldn't listen to it voluntarily. I'll just say that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, seriously.
I agree with your assessments, but thank you. You made it through Hot Topics, and I haven't. This is the first, actually. I think this is the first Hot Topics of season 6. So
hell yeah,
that's awesome.
6. I do 6 with my hands. I'm a nerd. I'll just say that now.
Me too. So we're paying the bills. Hello.
Yeah, having fun. Paying the bills.
Exactly. 3 questions left.
Okay, let's do this.
So we're going to change the narrative back a little bit. I want to ask you, How do you, DEVMO, feel that you have paved the way for young talent?
I don't know if I have. Honestly, I will say the one thing that I think that I've done that feels like I've been a little bit of an influence is just in the time where like white girls weren't rapping too much, I was rapping, and in the time where gay girls weren't rapping too much about being gay, I was rapping about how much I liked women. And I just feel like I've always just been bold and been myself, and now it's really cool to be like, not really cool to be like a white girl rapper, but there's just so many more of us, and it's way cooler or more acceptable to be queer. And I just feel like I was both of those things when it was not cool at all. And not that I necessarily made it better for anybody else. I think I don't think I've had enough clout to really do that, but I just feel that maybe to a few people out there, I've been some sort of an influence. I can only hope. My little cousin raps, and I swear he raps because I was a rapper and he thought it was cool. And he's unbelievable. His name is Little Burpee. I think he's 21, and he's just like, he's this tall, cute little white boy with the lowest voice you've ever heard. And he just has insane bars. He's so talented. Like, everybody, if anyone's watching, go look up Little Burpee, Lilburpy, Little Burpee. Shout out to my cousin. You're killing it. Proud of you.
I have to check him out then. I have to check him out.
Yes,
sure.
please do.
Little Burpee. It's going down.
I'll write it in the chat. Little Burpee.
Okay. Appreciate it. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Red Bubble says it's there. Got it. Next question. Any advice for aspiring talent? It doesn't have to be young talent. Somebody corrected me on that two or three episodes ago. It could be anybody that's just aspiring to become a better version of themselves or fulfill a dream.
Yeah, my best advice is less talky, more worky. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. I want you to play it for me. You know what I mean? I get tired of people being like, oh, like, I want to make music, or like, I make music. Oh, really? Like, send me your stuff. Well, I don't have anything out. Okay, well, then you don't make music.
Right.
Like, my whole point is, if you want to do it, do it. Do it right now. Stop whatever you're doing and go do the thing that you want to actually do. And then we can talk. But yeah, my advice is just less talky, more worky.
I love it.
Is that cold?
No, it's dope. You should put it on a t-shirt.
I always say that to people. I'm like, less talky, more whatever. But like, yeah, less talk, more work.
Indeed.
Just do it. I don't want to. God, I hate people that like, I don't hate anyone, but I dislike when people are all about that talk and they're not about that action.
That part.
Yeah. So yeah, that.
People always got something to say. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, maybe throw it in my mouth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, wait, one last thing. Now that we're talking about this, I would say this is really good advice. Don't talk shit to other artists. Because I feel like when I was young, I like made mistakes of just like being fiery and young and thinking like I knew everything, and like being a little hostile with certain other artists. And it's something that I regret. Like, it didn't necessarily burn the bridge, but it could have easily, if I, you know what I mean? And it definitely damaged the bridge. And I think that it's not worth it to be like a cocky, young, aspiring artist and like think you know some shit. Think respect is always goes really far, and just being as nice as you can to everybody goes super far. And like these days, I just try and be nice to everybody in the music industry, you know, or in any industry for that matter. And music industry is smaller than you think. People talk, you know. So
that they do.
Yeah.
That firsthand. Great. I mean, we pretty much at the last question, but I do have an off-schedule question really quick, and then I'm gonna slide in there really quick. And this is more for you, which will actually segue into the last question. Do you have time actually to toss out some of the placements that you had, just so people can know where to hear your music, where they can possibly potentially come across your music? Because I always thought that was on the list.
Definitely. Lately I've been on the Kardashians. I'm on this new season. I'm on the last season. One of my friends just told me I was on a Netflix show called How to Build a Sex Room, episode 6. Check that out. And it's like a nice long little segment. I was like, whoa, okay, cool. I was recently on the Love is Blind, like after like the reunion show. So that was cool. But I've been on Love Island, Siesta Key, F-Boy Island, Jersey Shore, Teen Mom, a lot of reality shows. And Just Dance 2022, I was the voice of Doja Cat for Boss Witch instead of Boss Bitch. Let me think. Yeah, those are like the big ones, and those are the ones I'm like the most excited about. But there are a lot more coming out. So, oh, you know what I was just on too? The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. They brought the Proud Family back, which I didn't know that until they told me I was placed on it, and I was like, the Proud Family's coming back. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like not your generation. So I was like, I don't even know if he's like seen it.
Have kids.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So one of my songs is on that, which I was like, that's just full circle for me because I watched that as a kid and now my song's in it. And I'm like, that's so cool,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, fascinating list. Fascinating. And here I have been doing music since 91. Not there. MTV, you need to come get me or something. I don't understand. No, I think it's amazing. I think it's really, truly amazing for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course. So the segue, and we coming toward the end of the show with this one is, and it's the most important question. I say this every episode. How can people learn more about you?
Learn more about me. Maybe I don't want you guys to learn more about me. No, I'm just kidding. You can follow me on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram. You can DM me and ask me any questions. I am an open book. You want to know something about me, you just ask. But I'm not going to give you my address. And I'm not going to give you my phone number. Sorry. Unless you're really, really hot. Then maybe. Just kidding. I'm dating someone. Sorry.
She's like this in real life, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's hilarious about it. But,
yeah, I'm weird. I feel like I've been really tame during this. Like I'm usually actually way more crazy, but I was trying to keep it cool, I'm a cool girl. I'm a cool mom. I'm a dog mom.
You're a
cool dog mom.
Oh, the fur baby.
Where's my son? He's in his bed sleeping.
That's awesome. The fur babies love DEVMO for sure.
Yeah, I love dogs. He's a Jack Russell Chihuahua. He's so cute and so crazy.
Okay. A Jack Russell Chihuahua. I really wanted a Jack Russell. I really wanted
No, you don't. No, you don't. They have way too much energy. Just trust me. Get a get a corgi. They're chill. Or a King Charles. Those are chill too. Yeah.
At this point, I probably ain't gonna get no more animals. The missus, she has a cat. She's talking about possibly getting another cat, or maybe something else. I'm like, I don't want any more pets. I just don't want any pets. Like
you want two cats?
Cat. No, I didn't know. But I love Nina. Nina's the baby. She's a good baby. So I'm a fur dad too. But
yeah.
I don't want anybody. It's like my kids. I don't want any other kids. I got 3 amazing kids. I don't want any anymore because they're fine. I don't want to piss them off. You know what I mean? So we got Nina. I don't want any other animals because then I want to piss her off and she be scratching at my shit.
I know. Oh my God. If I got another animal, my dog would just probably shit on my face. That's not happening. Plus, I don't want another animal. One is plenty. Jeez. I'm good.
I understand.
You can borrow him if you ever want to borrow a dog.
You'll be the first person to come to my mind if that ever strikes me.
You have my number. Please take him for a day. Just kidding. Anyway. Thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun.
Great. It really was a pleasure. Like I said, I was excited to have you on. I'm glad you found the time because I know you stay busy. But it's definitely great. And at any other time, you're more than welcome back. If you get any future releases, you want to come back, we could do listening parties, so forth and so on. It's up to you. You just let
Ooh,
me
hell
know.
yeah.
And you always any last words, any shout outs and so forth and so on that you want to leave people with before we get out of here?
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out my friend Alex Sands, aka Kimbali. He styled me for my show that I had on Tuesday, and he styled my dancers, and he was my DJ, and he helped me just like plan the whole thing. He's awesome. If you ever need a cool stylist, hit him up at Kimbali Customs. You can find him on my Instagram. And I want to shout out to Mark, Marque. He was my choreographer, and my two dancers, Lindsay and Marissa. They danced with me. It was such an awesome show. So yeah, just shout out to everybody who came out, and shout out to everybody that made it so fun. Like, I just love performing. I hope everybody comes to one of my shows because they're starting to get really good, really fun, really exciting, and like full blown realized shows. So I hope you come to a show soon, Donovan.
I'm
it.
going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. I just need to know when they are, because you know me, I'm always busy with the place that we shall not name. So, but you let me know, and I'll make the time.
Yeah. I know where you work.
Yeah.
Should I tell everyone?
Yeah.
He works at, and that's when you cut it off.
Like, listen, she does this all the time, but I love her to death. She's an amazing person, a great soul, and an amazing talent. So, DEVMO, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Feel free to reach out anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like and subscribe and follow DEVMO. I'm gonna put this up here one more time for you to follow. She's on Instagram, she's on TikTok, she's on Facebook, but she don't want to go nobody to go there anymore. She's on Twitter, YouTube, whole nine, but TikTok is popping. But TikTok is popping right now, so make sure you do that. But like I said, like and subscribe, follow her. Also, make sure you like and subscribe and follow Donnie B Got the Beats and The Beat, BEATTVLA, on all social media. So sorry, The Beat TVLA on all social media. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are at time. Dev, is always a pleasure. Let me know if you need anything. As a matter of fact, just hang on a second after this so we can close up everything and we can wrap, and then I'll let you go. With that being said, thank you. With that being said,
thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Anytime. With that being said, I'm Donnie B Got the Beats. We live on the beat, and we are out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one.